me, myself and I chose these top 4 brands, which are of course my favorite brands in South Africa. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Wussup and we finna go through my top 4 brands in SA. Let's go.
Another sip of this tea. It's good. It's some good tea.
Cool, let's kick it off with Salsa. Started by Matthew Keys in 2013, Salsa came to be about really after a trip to Seoul where he was chilling with his brother and friend, and I think at a bar or like, you know, they were just chilling cozy and they were like, Salsa sounds cool. I'm talking like I was there, but that's how the name came about, and they came up with a whole artistic direction where they wanted to take it. And then upon coming back to South Africa, Matthew then developed it into, you know, the first few lines that we saw with the whole circle Salsa t-shirts and the windbreakers that we saw. I think there was the yellow one, the pink one, white and black. I think that whole collection came when Matthew came back to South Africa. A lot of people know Matthew or Salsa from him being involved in the whole Skillshare competition. After, you know, being in this competition, he was able to go to New York, meet 50 other brand owners who were also involved in the competition, and also meet Jeff Staple, which, you know, is crazy if you know Jeff Staple and the pigeon and what he did for Nike SB Dunks, you know. But if you don't, it's fine too, bruh. Search it up after this. Salsa has been involved in a lot of different collaborations, but the big ones that we do know of are the ones with Coca-Cola, Levi Strauss, Young and Lazy. I think on the catwalk you can see him use different shoes. I'm not too sure if these are collaborations, but I think the New Balance, I think it's the 900, like the one that's really dope, the whole Steve Jobs one. Look, yeah. They used those New Balances for the runway they had recently, and then before that I think it was some Adidas slip-ons with the toe cap. They also used those, so the collaborations are just maxed out with Salsa. Everyone loves them. Salsa has developed tremendously as a brand compared to where they started and where they are now. I mean, right now you can see a lot of attention to detail, a lot more attention to form, to textures that they use within the garments, a lot of colors that they use as well. Their graphics as well have grown tremendously. I think I could also kind of give props to Matthew's wife, who also has a brand, and the feminine side of clothing pays more attention to detail because females look into this, and I think this has crossed into Salsa somehow, which is really cool. Salsa is one of the brands, you know, I feel that was able to bridge the gap between the whole culture we had and we've seen and loved in America, the whole street skate culture, and, you know, allowing it to be attainable here in South Africa. I think that's what Salsa has done, or not really the first brand, but one of the brands that's widely known that has been able to do that, and I think that's why I have so much appreciation for them. So that's Salsa. Next up we have Young and Lazy, the Cape Townian brand co-owned by Anise Peterson and New Reza. Really started in 2009 and then later got like a kick in 2012 where I think more people knew about it. A lot of people know Young and Lazy for their signature logo that was really placed on hoodies and t-shirts, and it was closely knitted or closely associated with skaters. Like Salsa, I believed Young and Lazy has developed tremendously as a brand. Like I said, going from a brand that really just put stuff on blanks to actually having cut and sew pieces with more of a focus on silhouettes and materials used. In the past South African Fashion Week, I think it was 2017, we could really see Anise pay homage to his heritage and things that he grew up seeing in Woodstock. And this really shows that Young and Lazy has gone and become a brand that can really express themselves and share stories with the customer. Young and Lazy has a really good understanding of their customer and how they function and what really goes on in the lifestyle or in the happenings of their customer. I say this because they're involved in a lot of different things that many South African brands wouldn't really take to. And that's, for example, Anise Peterson had a pop-up at the back of a restaurant that he frequented in Joburg. And also we see Young and Lazy involved in Oasis, which is like a club or a party that they have that goes from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. the next morning. And this really just shows you that they understand the mind of the consumer. Explaining all this growth and how Young and Lazy is developed, I believe their deal with Woolworths has also helped them a lot, being exposed to a different market and being able to share different stories. So Young and Lazy just is also going from like kind of a brand associated with skaters and very grungy street culture to being able to show at SA Fashion Week and holding their own. Alright, bruh, we're not doing numbers, but like, just so you understand where we at. It's not in chronological order, but in chronological order. For number 3, we have Rich Manscape. Created by peers in 2016, Rich Manscape really came to be because of their belief that there was a lack of, or none at all really, streetwear culture and streetwear in Durban. Providing affordable and really contemporary garments to your local. This was the whole aim of Rich Manscape. The name Rich Manscape doesn't really just sound cool, and it's not just like, yo, I'm wearing Rich Manscape right now. Nah, Rich Manscape really has, I don't want to say a deeper meaning, but one of the owners, Sabelo, really explained it nicely, and he articulated like so gracefully. So he said, and I quote, "Basically, Rich Manscape is a slang term for cocaine. We chose this name because the reason as to why people take this recreational drug has the same values of how we'd like to portray our clothes. Looking at the reasons as to why people do cocaine would be to escape stress, boost self-esteem, feel in place as in being recognized as the cool kids, and not to feel left out. The obvious reason, it's an addiction, which if one thinks about our clothing, we try to perceive the same effect. Addictive, contagious, a feeling of being whole. Another aspect with the drug, the more consistent the drug is, it is then sold in grams, which makes it quite expensive. Therefore, with our clothing, we strive to have the same quality and consistency, however at a reasonable value. It's more than just a brand, it's individuality. Since the drug is taken for different reasons, so should our clothing." A cut-and sew company also using blanks at times, Rich Manscape has been a very progressive company that have been able to provide capsules that really, aspire or connect with the consumer that they aim for. My favorite capsules happen to be Scaife Club and Scaife, dropped in 2018 and 2019. Personally talking, this is a brand I really want to win. And I say this because, one, yeah, I am from Durban, and as they say, local is lacquer. So aside being from Durban, this is a brand that really talks to people like me who really like streetwear, who want affordable streetwear and don't want to look like everyone else, you know what I'm saying? And this is what they've been doing since 2016. And I really appreciate that I could really relate to them. So that's why I really want this brand to win on everything. When I get my money, when them coins come up, best believe, I'm finna cop some stuff from Rich Manscape. Focusing a lot on tailoring, material, color, and silhouettes. Temperature has really set the framework for designer streetwear brands in South Africa. Owned by Usanele Cele and made in 2006. That's a bit far back, fam. Temperature clothing came to be because of Sanele's need for clothing that he wanted, and then it grew just because what he was wearing was fly, and his friends were like, damn, Sean, I'm finna get some of that. So really, that's how Temperature came to be. Now the name Temperature really is just as it says, because of the interaction clothing has with the temperature, whether it be hot, cold, whatever, bruh. That's where the name came from. Having a lot of support from friends and peers in the game, I feel as if Temperature really did the whole influencer thing before it was a thing. You know, since they started in 2006, being an influencer really wasn't a thing. And they've been closely associated with people such as OK Malum Cool Cat, Kyle Deutsch, I don't know how to say your name, bro. I'm sorry. Moonchild, Kuli China, A1 Wolf, Dash. There's a lot, fam. There's a lot of people they've been closely knit with as they grew during this time, gaining a standing ovation at SA Fashion Week 2016, being on the front cover of Sunday Times after the Fashion Week, and then from this going to Pure London, where they were basically invited to show their clothing. I mean, the accomplishments really just rack up, bruv. You can't, put aside what Temperature has done for the streetwear designer game. In my opinion, in my, my 2 cents, whatever you want to call it, Temperature really has been one of the brands that has pioneered the whole designer streetwear. I don't know what to call it, but that whole grouping, I feel like they've really pioneered it in South Africa. And, respect must be paid to them. Doing it since 2006 and it becoming a real thing now, we see it with Virgil and Off-White and Heron Preston, but Temperature has been doing it since way back. So, respect is due where it is earned, or something like that. Alright guys, so that's basically my top 4, my favorite 4 brands. What do you guys think on them? Are they whack? Do you think I could had better? Can't have better taste. I'm me. I got good taste. But what are your favorite brands? What do you think of the brands that I just told you about? Hit me up in the comments below. Please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're watching from YouTube, and also do the same if you're watching from IGTV. Hit me up in the DMs, we could talk about it. Hit me up in the comment section, and also share with your friends as well. Peace.